Hello everyone on YouTube. I'm going to do a video showing geometry changes in bicycles since 2003 and 2019. This is a 2003 Kona Stinky, and so I've compared it with an Intense tracer from 2019. So 2003 to 2019 geometry changes. Then there's travel changes which don't show up in this, and the Intense is 160 and the Stinky is 130. So the primary highlighted points are going to be the top of the steering tube, the front axle, the back axle, the bottom bracket, and the seat tube height, minimum seat tube height. So the Intense, steering tube height position, we can use that as a marker. Then the axle, front axle, it's a little further forward, not much, just a tiny bit. And then the seat tube, the Intense has a dropper post, so it's an insertion point on the dropper post, it looks like, on their stock model here. And the bottom bracket, it's a little further back on the Intense, and the Intense is an Enduro bike on their webpage. It is advertised as Enduro. And then the rear axle, it's a little further back also on the Enduro bike. And that's about it. There's an angle change maybe a little bit on the seat tube. The top tube is lower. The angle might be different in the fork, but the position of the head tube top and the axle are almost identical. So I wanted to find out what changes have been made physically in the bike since 2003 to 2019. And about the only thing I see is the bottom bracket and the rear axle have been moved backwards slightly. But all in all, when it comes to position of these three components, the front axle, the top of the steering tube, and the top of the seat post insertion, or top of the minimum seat tube height, it looks like, you know, the way with the dropper post is almost identical. So not a whole lot of changes. You guys can do this too. Take a photo of your classic bike that you may be using and may be wondering what kind of changes have been made from when your bike was produced to modern equipment, and do a comparison. I don't see a whole heck of a lot. There's a weight change. I think the Stinky was advertised at 35 pounds. Most of the bikes these days, I think, are between 30 and 32 pounds. Of course, they're tubeless. There's other things too. The travel, 130 compared to 160 with modern day Enduro. So there are some changes that you don't see in the photo. And then the width of the handlebars, they're like 720 now, where they were like 660, 680 maybe back in the day. Okay, YouTube, that's it. Thought I'd just give you a rundown on what I found. Okay, bye.